let's talk about one of the most calculated and composed characters in anime, Ayanokoji Kiyotaka from Classroom of the Elite. On the surface, he's just another high school student. Average grades, blends in with the crowd, barely noticeable. But underneath that calm, quiet demeanor lies a mastermind who can manipulate situations, people, and outcomes with surgical precision. If you want to become more like Ayanokoji, you need to master not just how to appear average, but how to control your emotions, your social environment, and even your own desires. So, let's break down how you can do that. The art of staying calm. First, let's talk about the most essential skill Ayanokoji has: emotional control. You've probably noticed that he never loses his cool. No matter how intense a situation gets, his expression stays the same: cold, unreadable. He's mastered the ability to suppress unnecessary emotions and only displays what's needed in a given moment. To become like Ayanokoji, you need to practice emotional discipline. This doesn't mean you suppress every feeling, but you must learn how to manage your reactions. When someone says something that annoys you, take a second, pause, and evaluate whether responding emotionally will help you or hurt you. Over time, this practice will turn into habit, and your ability to stay calm under pressure will improve. Think of it like a mental muscle. Repeated practice strengthens it. Think 5 moves ahead. Ayanokoji isn't just playing the game in front of him. He's already thinking about how to win 3 or 4 steps down the line. Whether it's academic battles, manipulation, or even navigating social circles, he's always prepared for potential outcomes. How do you develop this foresight? Start by anticipating the results of every action you take. For example, if you're in a discussion, think not just about what you're saying, but how the other person might interpret it. Anticipate their reaction, and then be ready with a counter response before they even speak. The more you do this, the more natural it will become. Eventually, you won't just be reacting to situations, you'll be dictating them. But it's more than just planning, it's about adaptability. Sometimes, the situation will change unexpectedly. Ayanokoji is not rigid. He adjusts his strategy based on the circumstances. Don't get stuck in one mindset. Always be flexible enough to shift gears when necessary. Play the long game. One of the things that separates Ayanokoji from other characters is his patience. He doesn't rush into situations impulsively. He's willing to play the long game, knowing that immediate results aren't always the most important. This is something that many people struggle with because, in today's world, we want instant gratification. We want quick wins, fast results. To be like Ayanokoji, you have to learn the value of patience. Don't always chase the quick payoff. Sometimes, waiting and letting things unfold can give you more information and a better position to strike when the time is right. Think about your long-term goals, and remember that some battles are best won by not fighting them immediately. Mastering the social game. Ayanokoji's greatest strength isn't his intellect or his physical abilities, it's his understanding of people. He knows how to manipulate without being detected, how to push people's buttons without them realizing it. He's a master of the social game. You need to develop your social intelligence if you want to be like him. Start by observing people. Watch how they behave, how they react in different situations. Pay attention to their body language, their tone of voice, and their expressions. Once you start noticing these subtle cues, you can begin to understand their motives, their weaknesses, and how to influence them. Another key aspect is building the art of deception. Ayanokoji hides his true intentions from everyone around him. He plays the role of a clueless student to perfection, which makes people underestimate him. You don't need to lie to people, but you do need to learn how to create false impressions when necessary. Letting others believe what you want them to believe can be an extremely powerful tool. Emotional detachment. Ayanokoji doesn't form unnecessary emotional attachments. He sees relationships as tools, not end goals. While this might sound cold, it's a crucial part of his success. He doesn't let emotions cloud his judgment. To be like him, you need to detach yourself emotionally from situations that don't serve you. This doesn't mean you have to be heartless, but you must learn to recognize when emotions are affecting your decision-making. Detach yourself from the outcome of every situation, and you'll notice that you're more objective and able to make better decisions. The power of silence. Sometimes saying nothing is the most powerful thing you can do. Ayanokoji rarely speaks unless it's necessary. He understands that words are tools. They can build or destroy, depending on how you use them. But sometimes, silence is even more powerful because it leaves others guessing. They don't know what you're thinking, and that uncertainty gives you control over the situation. To adopt this into your own life, practice being silent in situations where you'd normally speak. Let others fill the void of conversation and observe what happens. You'll notice that people will start revealing more about themselves when you give them space to talk, and you'll gain valuable information. Blend in, stand out when it counts. Ayanokoji's ability to blend into the background is another vital component of his strategy. He doesn't draw unnecessary attention to himself. He's not flashy, he's not loud, and because of that, people underestimate him.